Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine. It's presented by the Navy Federal Credit Union. Time to shine the light now on Navy men's soccer, joined by Baba Kallie. And Baba, for your team, a little adversity thrown at you guys this weekend. Your netminder goes down. Thomas Pearson steps in, and you guys still get a 1-1 draw against Boston University. Team's undefeated right now through 4 conference matches. What's been the key for you all getting off to a good start in the league?
Obviously, is working together and trusting the process that coach has planned out for us. And Pierce being out is a big loss for us, but with our team, it's the next man up. And Thomas came in and did a great job. And he made a couple of crucial saves. But ultimately, it's just kind of like doing what we know, what we can do, playing our style of soccer, and that's helping us throughout the conference.
How tough is it, as you say, to play your style of soccer? Because we focus on the opponent sometimes so much, but in this sport, if you play your style and play your type of game, more often than not, you're going to get decent results. But how hard is it to really get that consistency and try to dictate your style of play to the opponent?
It can be difficult, but with the players that we have and the quality that we have, we're able to do it, and we're able to make it work. Obviously, our midfield, we're a team that want to keep the ball, and we want to move the ball and then create opportunities. So with the midfielders that we got, they make the job, they make it easier. They kind of dictate the game, and everyone's on board. For the forwards, our job is to press, and then also we have a lot of technical players, which helps us. So it can make it difficult for us, but also makes it very easy for us. And more difficult for the opponents because we're a team that want to keep possession and create opportunities.
To that extent, for you and David, certainly individually, what has been the biggest plus for you guys as you all have really been entrusted to finish up front for your team?
For me, obviously, it's my position, it's my job, and David is stepping up again. Is someone that we can rely on constantly. Great finisher, great player. But obviously everyone have their job to do on the team and everyone have their role, and my role is to score. And David has exceeded his role, obviously, with scoring and getting assists and being being the center of the park and helping us. So I'll say it's just something that we do as part of our job. It's something that is expected of us, but also the support that we get from the rest of the teammates that helps us create those opportunities, our wingers or midfielders, our back line, keeping clean sheets and coming through on big plays and stuff like that. So it's kind of it's a whole team effort instead of just individuals, as you guys pointed out, as me and David. But obviously we got a couple of numbers, but ultimately it's because of the rest of the
team. The fact that as a scorer, you're a marked man, what's the key to being so elusive against defenders that you know are going to try to be extremely physical with you and try to prevent you from scoring?
Obviously knowing my body and knowing that opponents that I'm going against, obviously with film and stuff like that, we kind of know the type of players that we're going to play against again. And that's when we have our teammates come in and kind of help us out as well. Being a physical player, I also at times, if I'm being marked by more than one player, it just opens up a lane for another player on our team, which opens up the door for more opportunities.
The fact that when you look at the BU game, you go back to the Colgate game, and you all had to show a lot of guts in that game. You get the late PK to get a draw there. Is guts really the word to describe this team, at the effort that this group shows for 90 plus minutes, if necessary, to try and get a favorable result?
It's guts, it's grit, it's belief, it's working for each other. There's many words to describe our team. But ultimately, it's a culture that we built in. It's part of our culture to have grit, to have guts, and work for each other for 90 minutes. So obviously, it's family as well, and that's the most important thing about our team is a culture and family that we built going forward.
I want to go back to a story that our Phil Bergman did with you last year in your freshman year. 11 years ago, you came to this country in search of, the dream, and the fact that you're at such an incredible academic institution that the Naval Academy is, and also being able to play soccer and use that as a tremendous vehicle to get a great education. 11 years later, is the dream living out the way you had hoped, or is it surpassed it?
It's absolutely surpassed it. It's absolutely surpassed it, especially being at an institution like this and having all the help that I've gotten along the way with my mom, my dad, my foster family, my best friends, the Venutos, the Lawlers, obviously my foster family, the Grady's, and everyone helped me along the way. The schools that I went to, and obviously all the coaches that I was able to play for. So it definitely exceeded it. But again, like we keep going. And absolutely, I do appreciate everything that those people have done for me in the past, because without them, actually, I would not be here. And I think the best way to kind of put it for me is it kind of like takes a village to get me where I'm at right now, which is something that my foster dad has always said. So it's definitely has exceeded it, but obviously I'm more than happy to be here, and we just keep going forward and see where it takes us.
Just as we in this country in many ways are allowed to move freely as we want, when you look back at what the sacrifices your parents made, I mean, leaving Liberia to get to Guinea just to, start that process of trying to give you and your family a better life and a little bit more hope. How much of an inspiration is that, just knowing that they took risks themselves to try and better your life?
Obviously, is my biggest inspiration on my parents, especially for what they've done. Even like going from Liberia to Guinea, but especially when we came here, how much work my dad had to do to get us over here. So my dad's definitely my biggest inspiration. And going forward, obviously, I'm thankful for everything that they've done for me. So a lot of the decisions that I make is based on what my parents have done for me in the past, and I want to make them proud. And I want to be someone that can rely on, and I want to be someone that can be proud of going forward. So definitely because of my dad and my mom, and again, all the people that have helped me behind, like it's kind of I can't fail because of how much effort others have put into me to help me get to where I am. And it's just something that I'm blessed with for having, but it's something that keeps me that drives me constantly.
What did it mean to become a U.S. citizen and obviously attend the Naval Academy, where one day your task will be to protect the freedom that this country provides?
Becoming a U.S. citizen was definitely one of the happiest days of my life. Obviously, I got it my senior year of high school before I attended the academy. But again, the country, as I said 2 years ago, the country adopted me at a very young age when I was 10 years old. And being able to talk to people who attended the academy, who helped me become interested in the academy, it's amazing. But also, I understand that now that I'm here, I'm here to be a good leader because in the next step, I have people that I have to lead, and it's kind of on me to show them everything that I've learned here going forward.
Kind of amazing that the world's game has, been a tremendous vehicle, for you in this situation, and to be able to share that with your teammates. And I think that's the one thing that when I talk to guys on your team, that's the one thing that it seems like a pretty clear message that this group and that game bring you all together and allow you to, support the brotherhood and each other. Kind of amazing that the world's game is able to do that here in this situation, literally, especially as it pertains to you.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we have a lot of diversity on our team. We have people born in France. We have a couple of kids born in England, and then obviously I'm from Liberia. Jason is from Japan. Christian is from Brazil. So we have a lot of different diversity and culture on our team that makes us so special and brings us together. As my coach like to say. So it's absolutely true. It's something that we enjoy having, but it's also the reason why we go 90 minutes for each other, why we work so hard for each other, and why we're so close and happy with each other wherever we are. So especially with the Army Navy game and stuff like that. So it just brings us all together.
What when you have a chance now to have been in that rivalry and observed it, um, what were maybe the preconceived notions and what were the realities?
Obviously, Army Navy is a big tradition within the academy. So records don't really matter at times. But again, with us, we prepare the same way we prepare for every other game. We know that it's a special game. But again, we go out, we play our style of play, and we do our thing. Being able to play in 2 Army Navy games previously, it can be nerve wracking, obviously, but ultimately we get the flow of the game and we keep doing our thing. And last year we were able to win 3-0 with Jacob's hat trick, but also it was a team effort. But it can be nerve wracking, but the reality is that it's just another game, and we just play our way and we try to get a win as always.
Baba, I know there's a lot to still accomplish over the next 2 months. This game aside, obviously, is a huge part of it, but what will be the keys to success for you all the rest of the way to accomplish your goals?
The rest of the way to accomplish your goals, the keys to success is working hard, taking care of our bodies, taking care of our mind, doing our job on the field, but also doing our job off the field while we're in the hall and doing the military things that we need to do. So it's working hard, trusting the process, trusting what the coaches are telling us, and working on our game constantly as we prepare for every single game. And as my coach says, it's one game at a time. So we just kind of we got to work towards that to get to where we want to be.
Baba, great stuff. Appreciate the time today. Best of luck to you and your teammates, not only this week, but with the rest of the journey this year as you all chase a Patriot League championship. Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Have a good one.